What's up, everybody? We're back with another edition of the Ad Podcast, streaming live from TechCon Southern California. And we have Lou Cooperhouse from BlueNalu, the founder and CEO. Lou, thanks so much for coming on.
Great to be here.
So how's your TechCon been so far?
It's been a great show. I got to tell you, 2 days full of just hundreds and hundreds of people here. I heard as many as 600. So just investors, entrepreneurs, just everybody really excited by this ecosystem here in San Diego.
Yeah, are you local?
I am. So we're based here in San Diego. Have 2 facilities here. One where we do some R&D work, one we do some regulatory and commercial work.
Okay.
So we're excited to be part of this ecosystem.
Yeah, I love it. I'm local here to San Diego too, and it's exciting to see the venture community grow and change. And just, when I first moved down here was, we were a biotech town 10 years ago, and that was pretty much it. And now we got Viore and Ballast Point and all these direct-to-consumer companies, and there's a lot of other really cool stuff happening in town. And biotech and defense and aerospace, that's always going to be the bread and butter and a big part of our DNA, but it's cool to see the diversity of companies now as well.
Just as an aside, so food sector actually has a big history and heritage here in San Diego as well.
Wow,
going back to the 30s and 40s, where this was the tuna capital of the world.
Sunkist, right?
You're thinking of Bumblebee?
Bumblebee, yeah, that's the one that's local,
Starkist,
right? Starkist, that's right.
But also Chick of the Sea and Bumblebee were both started here, and Bumblebee is still here. Yeah. So, in fact, the tuna fleet was even a big part of World War II.
Wow.
But actually, crazy. We're excited to bring back tuna in a brand new way, making it through cell culturing process. It's awesome. Kind of integrating food science and biotech to make a product that's just as delicious as conventional tuna, but without the mercury, without the pesticides, without the plastics or the pollutants. So it's healthier, it's humane, it's sustainable. So it's really part of what San Diego is all about.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I like to go out on the tuna boats every once in a while, but my wife is always suspect when I bring home fish these days. She's like, I don't know. But that's really interesting.
No longer.
All right. Well, on that note, tell us a little bit more about BlueNalu. What do you guys do? Give us a little bit of color.
Sure. So we're making, as I mentioned, our first product commercially will be bluefin tuna.
Oh, interesting.
So we're actually going after the premium food service market, sushi and fine dining, with something that never been done before. So this whole category really began on the mammalian side.
Yep.
And actually began back in 2013. Kind of the first founders kind of entered this whole race here. We're working on beef and poultry. I immediately said seafood is where you can really make a demonstrable difference. You can make a superior product. You can address some of the global challenges we have with food security. I'm not sure people know, but 79% of the seafood in America is actually imported.
Wow.
So we can displace imports. We can actually create jobs. We can actually, but more importantly, we have a product that's healthier. Absent of mercury, plastics, pollutants, any other contaminants. But to the restaurant operator, it's consistent every time.
Yeah.
So right now they get bluefin tuna, as you mentioned, on these boats. Could be brown, could be pink, could be marble, could be fatty, could be metallic tasting. So we're actually making a product that's the same every single time.
Wow.
So it's really offering a lot of superior advantages to conventional tuna, and frankly, just complementing our global supply chain with another source. It's not wild, it's not farmed, it's cell cultured.
That's awesome. So how do the economics look? Is it much cheaper, or what's the economics versus commercial fishing?
It's actually a lot more expensive on the general rule here, because this is a brand new category. Obviously, there's quite a few costs associated with the conventional fishing industry and oil and boats and labor and so forth. Then maybe 50-60% yield, a huge environmental footprint. And candidly, we began bluefin tuna, Toro specifically, because it is an expensive process.
$140 for 3 pounds last time I paid.
Yes, you're about right.
Yep.
Yeah, and in fact, wholesale price typically is 50, 60, 70 bucks a pound or more. So you're right. So rather than working on low value fish, pollock, or things like that,
go straight to the
we're
cream
going
of the
after,
crop.
Let's really show what this category, this technology can do, and going after that holy grail, the product that really is loved throughout the world. But not accessible. So we actually found that fine dining restaurants don't even put this on the menu because Japan really gets 70-80% of the global catch. So we learned that regular restaurants, the fine dining, even steakhouses, would love to have this on the menu, but it's not available year round. And when it is, it's not consistent. It's too variable, it's too volatile, it's not predictable. So we can give them what they're looking for: year-round supply, 100% yield. And accessibility. So it's pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, that's very exciting. So how far out are you guys from me being able to go to, a sushi bar and ordering it up?
Soon.
Wow.
So actually later this year, the company began in 2018. And frankly, the first 6 years here, we had to develop the technology that was scalable, that can be very profitable at parity. We're not talking about a price premium, at price parity, we can be very profitable. And now what we're doing is the challenge we've had, frankly, is when I started the company, there's no regulatory pathway anywhere in the world. But very fortunately, both Singapore and the United States have actually now have a process in place. Some companies have already gotten approval, initially for chicken. Nobody's gotten seafood yet. So the precedents already have happened. And that's why we're pretty confident that by later this year, we will have regulatory approval ourselves. And we've been focusing on really creating that scalable technology over the last 6 years so that when we submit our final dossier to the FDA and also the Singapore Food Agency and others to follow, that we're kind of one and done, if you will, that we've already got it all figured out, and let's actually scale up dramatically from our first regulatory approval.
I love it. So where will you start? Will you start in restaurants, go direct to consumer? Where will you attack first?
It's definitely restaurants. It'll be sushi and some fine dining right here in Southern California.
Let's go.
So we're keeping it close to home to get started, but this is clearly a global opportunity. We actually have investors today from Asia, Europe, Middle East, and the Americas, including a lot of seafood companies are on board here. So we're really already have potential distribution partners in place, supply chain partners that are also investors in the company. So we're really pretty excited by what we've accomplished so far.
That's exciting. So, sushi and places where you eat bluefin are, like you said, fine dining. Definitely there's a tradition with, of seat at table, if you will, with the where restaurants source their fish and stuff. What has been the reaction from chefs and people in the restaurant industry?
I can tell you, it's been very excited.
Nice.
So we've actually done over 10,000 consumer intercepts in 8 different nations so far.
Wow.
U.S., Singapore, Korea, Japan, UK, Saudi Arabia, and UAE. Might have forgotten somebody. Thailand, and then with chefs the same thing. So they're excited because we're solving a problem.
Yeah.
What's their problem? It's lack of access. It's not available. They just can't get enough bluefin tuna, certainly year round.
Yep.
And when they get it, it's volatile in quality. So we're solving a problem with no more variability, consistent every time, and it's 100% yield. It's not a living fish we're doing, just the fillet.
Yep.
And actually they asked us to do it in a saku block form, which is kind of their working process, if you will, back of the house procedure. So if somebody comes in and wants nigiri or sashimi or maki roll, they could slice from this 300, 400 gram portion. So we're actually just going to provide them that portion. So no back of the house labor required either.
Wow,
so again, solving problems.
That's awesome. So did you speak on a panel already this week?
This afternoon.
Okay,
yeah.
Nice. How'd it go?
Well, this afternoon.
Oh, it's coming up.
Yeah,
Awesome.
coming up.
What's the topic?
I think it's called something like Transforming the Plate. So Neil Bloom from Interlock is actually moderating,
Okay.
and me and 3 others in this whole category of alternative protein supply or raw material supply. So there's a lot of activity in food tech on the ingredients, products. A lot of them are looking to displace animal-based products historically. Companies working on gelatin or collagen, casein, whey, in our case, or some companies are working on foie gras or fat, or chicken, or sausages, and we're working on bluefin tuna.
I love it.
But other commercial species are certainly in our pipeline too.
What any sneak peeks you can give us about your talk? What are you hoping to get convey to the audience?
That this is possible.
Yeah.
This is happening. This is imminent. So I think that the food industry is really a very right place for making investments in the category, because there's so much new technology that's creating transformative products. And I think that's what we're trying to convey here, that people are excited about AI and other kind of activities I know you're speaking about.
Sure.
This whole industry, this whole conference has quite a bit of content around.
Yeah.
But I think the food industry is using AI in a different way, if you will.
Right.
So we're actually utilizing the cells of a fish to actually enable them to divide as fast as possible, grow as quickly and as much density as we can. That can actually make this affordable and still delicious, and also absent of all these current challenges to food safety.
Pretty exciting. How has your capital journey been? Was it easy for you guys to raise, challenging? And are you looking forward to 2025?
Looking forward to 2025 for sure. Now we've actually had a Series C, Series A, a convertible note, and a Series B, and now we're of course continue to raise. So our journey, like all of us in this category, is has a bit of an OpEx to kind of develop the technology. Now we're getting beyond that. Now we're moving to the CapEx side. Now we're looking to build factories in the next phase.
Wow.
So we will be migrating from kind of the venture to the PE and also more strategic partners in the future, and ultimately debt. So I think we're excited by this transformation in our journey from kind of the technology figured out phase
R&D side,
to really now the full commercialization
phase.
phase.
I love it. That's cool. Well, Lou, thanks so much for coming on the show. Really appreciate it. If anybody wants to get in touch, learn more, you want to point people in any direction to learn more about what you're doing?
Sure. Find me on LinkedIn. Name again is Lou Cooperhouse, and the company's BlueNalu, bluenalu.com, and it's BLUENALU.com.
Let's go. Lou Cooperhouse, everybody.
Thank you. Appreciate it.